Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead? Yo, stop! There ain't no Pumpkinhead.
Something's come to cut the thread. With no kid to tuck in bed, I can't come to terms with that. I wish they were fucking dead. You knew there'd be blood to shed. Ride or die, you run instead. No time to dwell on what I said. I'll burn in hell for what I did. Hope is left when someone's bled. I can feel them suffering. I will take you with me, cause the path to hell's too rough to tread. I can tell you're under stress. Face white like some Wonder Bread. Pay the final price, understand it's come from the ash for the dust to spread. Damn you, I already have conjure your undoing through the ruin. I cannot bring your dead back to life, but I can summon death. Going mad like I'm off the meds, looking like the Walking Dead. Should've thought twice.
Baby, it's your boy K to the C, King Cobra, baby. Voice a little raspy. I'm smoking a lot today, but I'm joined with my co-host, my brother, Ben fucking Riley. What's good, brother?
What's good, everybody? What's good, Cobra? Welcome to the show. It's going to be a good one tonight. Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we got a real special guest for you guys. But first, big announcement. I haven't even told Ben about this yet. The 26th of next month, I'm back on the battle stage, baby.
Woo!
Yeah, battling again. Don't know who yet. Still waiting on the opponent. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this man called up. Is calling him right now.
So should I?
Hopefully he should be answering here in a minute. Here's the man right here.
What's going on?
What's good?
What's good, buddy? How's it
Ladies
going?
and gentlemen. Oh, gosh, sorry. I just screwed up my line already.
Go ahead now, get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome our guest. We're about to go ghost, but it ain't Danny Phantom. You might have heard his music before. You might have seen him in movies before. You might have heard his music in movies before. I want to welcome the future of horrorcore in Edmonton, the one and only Poltergeist OD. What's good? Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem, man. As Ben said, in our opinion, the future of horrorcore music in Edmonton.
Sick. I don't know how many horrorcore artists there are around here, but
There's not a
if there
lot of
are,
them.
you better watch the fuck out.
For sure,
Cheers.
for sure.
I gotta get my cheers. There
Yeah,
we
get
go.
that coffee in there, cause
My cup's dirty as fuck.
It's a can of coffee.
yeah. Well, I'm sober, so it's got to be coffee for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man,
I was looking at your post earlier. Explain that story for us, because I got a good laugh out of that.
Man, it's crazy. All right, so in like 2014 or 2015, I was like 23 years old. I recorded an album, and on that album is a song called Diddy Kong, and by accident I said gooses instead of geese, and nobody corrected me. So like nobody noticed for years, and then I told my buddy Zach one day, and Zach's like, I'm never gonna let you forget that, and he just brings it up every now and then, right? So we're about to head to my fiance's mom's house just to go see her, have a little dinner with the family. And she's like, we got to pick up a package first. So the GPS leads us to this tattoo shop. I get out the car and this girl's like, are you Corey? I'm here to do your tattoo. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And this motherfucker put this on my arm. Gooses.
That is fucking awesome.
He's like, I'm never gonna let you live that down, and I had no idea how serious he was until today.
See, and the reason I wanted you to tell that story is because I got a similar tattoo, but I was roofing. I put a ladder up. I set it up wrong on a wet tarp in wet conditions on an incline.
Mm-hmm.
Fell off the ladder, busted my elbow, had to be surgically repaired. I get 4 months off work. I go back to work. I got this nasty scar, and I'm talking to my foreman, and I'm like, bro, I got to get a tattoo to cover this scar. It's fucking ugly. He's like, bro, get a stick, man, falling off a ladder, make the ladder part of the scar. I looked at him like, bro, if you pay for it, I'll do it. 3 years later.
Oh
Three
shit,
years
that's awesome.
later.
That's
Might have to get
hilarious.
in
And I
touch,
got it in a
Knucklepuke.
basement. I got it in a basement while doing drugs. Cause
There you go. There you
yeah,
go.
right.
That's how most tattoos are done anyway.
Yeah. And people tell me all the time, oh, it's faded, it's ugly. I'm like, dude, it's one of my favorite tattoos. If you don't have one stupid tattoo with a cool
Yeah.
story behind it, do you really have tattoos?
Right? Yeah, it's not about how it looks. It's about the story and how like I'll never forget this day now, thanks to
Yeah,
Zach. Like
no
and
doubt,
like
no
I
doubt.
walked in, I was already filling out the forms, not even knowing what it was, because he wouldn't tell me. My girl didn't know what it was. She was just like, "You don't know what you're getting?" I'm like, "No, I don't even know where I'm gonna get it." I was like, "Why don't you decide?" And she comes out and it's just this sheet that says goose in Comic Sans or gooses. And I'm like, what do you mean? I had to
Comic
call
Sans.
him. I had to call him and be like, what is this tattoo you're about to put on my body? And he's like, you remember that song? Remember that gooses line? I was like, you fucker.
Dude, and that's fucking hilarious to me. Just
Yeah.
because it's one of them things that you're not going to be able to tell that story every time someone points out that tattoo.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
One fuck up in your lyrics, and we think as artists our lyrics live forever, and now it really does.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because like this was over 10 years ago I did this. Didn't even remember doing it. And then one day I was listening to the album and I was like, did I fucking say gooses? I'm like, damn it. And then Zach found out and he's like, I'm never going to let you live this down. And
That,
yeah, here we
that
are.
that's like a song me and Ben got that's about 5 or 6 years old now called My Game. And in
Yeah.
that song, everybody calls me the PP man now. I'm the
Oh,
PP
shit.
rapper. Because
That's a good nickname.
That was
yeah,
the
I
first
made
song we recorded together too.
yeah, we did. I made a bar in that song though. And it goes, I just wrote that with my wee wee. Bitches trying to suck my weenie while I'm trying to pee pee. And now
So now
every
you're
time,
just a PP man.
yeah, now people they're like, hey, he's a PP rapper. That's the PP rapper. I'm like, oh my God.
MCPP. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's just your
And
name
I
now.
love how right before you say those bars is like my favorite line in your verse where it's like everybody here see me on TV. Like
Yeah,
that was bad. And then it goes to he I just wrote that with my PP and I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, that's totally bars that I would have wrote back in the day too. I would have said some shit like that.
and the funny part is, like, I didn't even write them. We literally, I'm like, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this verse out, and I had nothing written for the last like 5, 6 bars or so. We go out back, we smoke a couple of joints. I get giggly, and I'm like, dude, I got it. Let's go in, hit the mic, hit record, and I just spit that out.
It's always a good idea when you're baked out of your mind. Yeah, dude, I got this.
Yeah.
You know some shit's gonna come out.
Sometimes people should just be like, I don't think I should let you say that.
Yeah.
Definitely said some weird bars. And thank God I got a guy like Ben sitting there going, I don't think people are going to understand this the way we do. Maybe we don't put that in the song.
Well, yeah, and that's another good thing that I get out of working with Cobra because there was that there's been so many times where I listen to a song and like he's got his friends over. I'm introverted, so like anybody that I'm friends with, I pretty much know through him or like my other friends who are extroverts, and they'll laugh at a line that I thought, wasn't like funny, and I'm just like, wait, what's so funny? But then like, and then
Nice.
but after I get their perspective, and then like they're saying like, yo, you said it with a straight face and like we're with a straight voice, like a serious voice and everything, but it's just what you said was so funny, and I'm like, wow, I make people laugh without even trying. That's awesome.
Man, I
Like,
have so many lines where like I'm writing it, and as I'm writing it, I'm like, nobody's gonna get this. This is just for me. But like sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
care. If I have to explain it later on and it still doesn't make sense, that's whatever. I'll just do it because I wanted to.
I think some of the best music comes when you stop writing for the fans and start writing for yourself.
Yeah. like my next album coming up, like it's all stuff that like I've wanted to do over the years, but just like I kind of got sidetracked with like being the horror rapper, like rapping
Yeah.
all about horror movies and stuff. And like, I want to do other stuff. I want to rap about my life. I want to rap about like things that are going on instead of, you know, just like, what would Chucky say before he killed you or whatever.
I
So like,
love
yeah, this next album coming up, I'm almost done now. I think I got like 4 or 5 songs left to do, and
that's
it's
it.
all gonna be the stuff that like not horrorcore, but just like there's like a party song, there's like a trap song, there's like a couple personal songs to me and stuff like that. It's gonna be very different.
Yeah, I love that. And the one question I do got for you while we got you here, how did you start writing in the perspective of like horror movie villains and that? Because that to me just it blew my mind the first time I heard your shit.
Nice. So I appreciate that, man. So like I was already kind of like doing horrorcore rap, like just rapping generally about like you know, murder and drugs and like, you know, dark topics in general. So somebody who was like already a fan of that and like my obscene division work came to me and he was like, I'm gonna make a Halloween documentary, like a fan made documentary for the 40th year of anniversary of Halloween.
Nice.
And he's like, would you write a song about Michael Myers? And I was like, okay, cool. So I sent that idea to Mock Beats in Amsterdam, one of my producers. And he sent me back the beat within like 2-3 hours. He's like, I got it. Here you go. And then I wrote the song in about 2 hours. It just like came to me. I was like, okay, what rhymes with Michael Myers? And apparently a lot. So like I just like kept going and going. And before I knew it, the whole song was done. And I was like, shit, this might be my thing. Cause like I've always been a huge horror fan. I've always been like a big movie collector and stuff like that. So like it just kind of felt natural. Like this is going to be my thing from now on. And yeah, I just kind of went from there.
That's awesome, man. I love that. And I'm a huge horror fan too. I fuck people up on the bus all the time because I'll just be sitting there and then out of nowhere, I'll just turn around, look at him, and be like, I'm Pennywise. The dancing clown.
Fucking with people on the bus.
And oh my God, the look on people's faces, especially around Halloween time. Had a guy last Halloween heard me do that, rang the bell about 500 times, ran to the back of the bus, and practically pried the back doors open to get off.
This guy's like, no, he's got a machete or something in his pants.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're busing around 118th and start cracking Pennywise voices.
There you go. Yeah.
Especially
around 118th.
Oh, I grew up down in that neighborhood, and that's where I started my rap career. Was down in Abbotsfield and Clairview. Yeah, I started battling because I'd be down in Abbotsfield by what at the time was Zellers, then turned into Walmart. Right? We used to sit in a little circle.
I almost got robbed by that Zellers one time.
I've been robbed. When it was Walmart, I was robbed right out front. Security was standing right there and just turned around and walked back in the store.
I feel like if you don't have an attempted robbery story from Abbotsfield, then you're not from around here.
Yeah.
I didn't like live in Abbotsfield when I was growing up. Like I didn't live there until I was like an adult, but I went to school there. And I do have like, you know, a story where my dumbass got robbed because it was all my fault, of course. But like, yeah, like it's crazy there.
Oh, dude, it's one of the places that is scary.
That's actually like where like when I started rapping, like taking it more seriously when I went to school there and like at Lawton. Thank goodness I didn't end up going to East Glen. I would have died.
I went to Emmy Lizard in the Londonderry area, so like I never went to school. I was always at the mall.
Yeah, no, I grew up down at the Londonderry Rec Center in that pool every weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That used to be the hangout spot. I think that was like the first place I had my first joint too. Was like right outside the rec center.
That's the only thing I miss about Emmy Lizard is like the mall across the street and then like smoking weed in the bus shelter across the street.
Yeah, the wall behind Sobeys is where that was our spot.
Yeah.
And
just
then
growing up, like I never went there, but just growing up there, if you needed anything, whether it was weed, something harder, booze, hit that wall behind the Sobeys.
yeah, there's somebody there right now, I
Oh yeah.
guarantee.
Someone
Oh
willing to make
man,
$5 booting liquor for an underage kid,
Yeah.
someone selling weed, pills, whatever.
There's like 5 kids all pitching on a gram right now.
Oh fuck.
oh
Man,
man, back then you could get like you could still buy a half gram off of people like
Yeah,
a
in the
point
little
5.
bags, the little dimes.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss those days. I mean, like,
Back when like fucking 1 or 2 hits would get you giggly.
oh yeah.
yeah,
Look, I love the stupid names people just made up for it too. Like there was always dumb names. It'd be like, oh, what kind of weed is this? Oh, it's a one-hit wonder. Like, what the fuck is that?
Hey,
I
hopefully
call
one
this
day I'll be a
strain.
one-hit wonder.
I call this
Oh,
strain Tutti Fruity.
oh
It's
fuck.
got a weird strain, though. I don't know. Some of the strains you see, like you go to the store and you like go
Oh,
through the book and you're like, holy fuck, man, who names these? High people name them. That's the answer. I don't know why.
100%.
I
The,
don't know why that
growers
was even a
sitting there,
question.
the guys growing it and naming it are violating the number one rule we had in the hood: never get high on your own supply.
No, that's somebody else's supply. They smoke before they grow it.
Yeah. No, that was last year's batch. They're just getting rid of the leftover.
Yeah.
Like, and you just came back from a tour, correct?
Not a tour. It was a festival. I did a festival out by Riley, Alberta. I do have a Disadapt show on Saturday, and I'm doing a My Backyard Festival in Edmonton on July 20th.
Nice.
And then, and then I'm opening for Ray the Nihilist on July 28th. So I got a few shows coming up.
That is awesome. The
Staying active.
question I want, because I know personally for me, Ben probably knows too, what's the difference between performing like a regular show and being on stage at some of these bigger festivals with bigger name artists?
I mean, like the festivals are crazy, right? Because it's like 2-3 day events. So you're there to party, but you're also there like professionally. So like, I like to get drunk. Most people who know me know that. So, you know, it's a little bit of a task to fucking, you know, keep yourself straight till you get off stage. But like just the whole vibe is crazy because like you go to one stage, it's metal, you go to one stage, it's EDM, and over here it's rap, over here it's folk music. Like there's something for everybody. And like let's say like I've been, you know, by the rap stage all day and I get off stage and you know what, I'm tired of beats. Maybe I'll go listen to this country guitar player over here, you know, and then I can escape that and go find another genre easily. Whereas
That's
like at a
awesome.
rap show, you gotta listen to fucking 4/4 beats all night.
Yeah, that
And you can't
808
just like escape to your tent and smoke a joint and get away from it.
yeah, at a rap show, that 808 starts kind of like playing in your ear.
Yeah.
Even like 2 days later, you go woo, woo, woo. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, like I've done huge shows where it's like all inside and like, yeah, man, you finally get in the car on the way home and I'm like, don't put on music. I just want to hear the fucking sound of nothing right now.
Just let me hear the tires running on the asphalt for a bit.
If it's raining, even better.
Yeah, 100%. Clear your mind.
Yeah.
How was opening up for Obi Trice and D12? How was that?
It was crazy. It was nuts. I like, first of all, like, if I went back and told 10-year-old me that first of all, if I told myself I'd be a rapper, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. But if I told 10-year-old me that one day I'd be opening for D12 and Obi Trice, like I would have I wouldn't have believed it. You know, like I would have lost my shit. And being on that stage, like we were just doing sound check and I was there, Swifty McVeigh and Kaniva were standing there watching me do sound check. Even just that alone was worth the whole fucking day for me. Like I didn't even have to perform for the crowd. Like just them watching me rap is crazy enough. And then, you know, you go get pictures with them and chill with them and they were so nice and so like down to hang out. And
and I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen the pictures of you with them, I was like, fuck this guy, man. That's my
Yeah. Hey, I feel that too, man. Whenever I see like one of my homies getting a crazy opportunity, I'm like, oh, fuck you. Good for you, though.
Yeah, right. I'm like, so proud of you, but I'm kind of jealous at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, D12, Eminem is the reason I rap to begin with. So, like, when I heard they were coming, I'm like, how do I open for them? And then I get a hold of some of the guys, and they're like, oh, we already got all the opening spots filled. I'm like, fuck. Like, my heart broke a little bit.
I found out about the show and immediately started messaging people like, who do I know?
Yeah.
And the promoter, CJ Prime, he's also another rapper around here. He didn't know me, so he's like, can you send me like an EPK or some posters or shows you've done? So I sent him like a 5 gig hard drive of like all my songs, my videos, podcasts I've done, interviews, magazines. Like I sent him everything, and I was like, yeah, I've been around. And he's like, okay, cool, you got it. And like that was it. And I think I sold 50 tickets in one day. Like on my first day getting them, I was like, hey, I have tickets, and boom, they were all gone. I'm like, shit, man, you got any more?
All right, man. Well, that's about our time for tonight. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, guys.
Or it was awesome.
Before we go, words of encouragement for kids like us coming up that want to be rappers. What would you tell them?
Just don't stop doing it. One thing you learn over time is like, man, I've quit rapping like 17 times, but you come back to it because you love it, right? You got to make sure that it's something you love to do, whether you make it or not. It doesn't matter who likes it. Do you like it? And that's what matters. If you love doing it, just keep doing it. It doesn't fuck what everybody else thinks.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate that. Once again, thank you for coming on. This episode will be up in a few days. Thank you for coming on, Poltergeist. Love having you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead. Yo, stop! There ain't no Pumpkinhead.
Something's come to cut the thread with no kid to tuck in bed. I can't come to terms with that. I wish they were fucking dead. You knew there'd be blood to shed. Ride or die, you run instead. No time to dwell on what I said. I'll burn in hell for what I did. Hope is left when someone's bled. I can feel them suffering. I will take you with me, cause the path to hell's too rough to tread. I can tell you're under stress. Face white like some Wonder Bread. Pay the final